Hey, welcome back. Today we're making lasagna from scratch, including homemade pasta. We'll be doing both the traditional egg pasta and the Bologna-style green spinach pasta. I'll also compare these to store-bought lasagna sheets and share my personal preference. Let's get started. First, let's make our pasta dough. The basic egg pasta needs just flour and eggs. For our Bologna-style green pasta, we'll add cooked and blended spinach. We use 100 grams of type 00 pasta flour and 1 egg per person. First, we'll start with the egg pasta. On a clean surface, create a mound with the flour and make a well in the center. Crack the eggs into the well. Using a fork, gradually mix the eggs with the flour until the dough forms. Knead the dough for about 10 minutes until it's smooth and elastic. Next, we'll make the spinach pasta. Follow the same steps as the egg pasta, but mix in the pureed spinach with the eggs before gradually incorporating it with the flour. Knead the dough and let it rest as well. After kneading for about 10 minutes, wrap the dough in plastic wrap and let it rest in the fridge for at least an hour. Once rested, roll out the dough into thin sheets using a pasta machine or a rolling pin. Cut into rectangular lasagna sheets and let them dry slightly. With the homemade pasta, we need to blanch it in boiling salted water for a couple of minutes to par cook it. This makes sure that the pasta holds together and will be cooked properly when the lasagna is finished. Remove the pasta sheets from the boiling water and lay them out on kitchen towels to absorb the water. If you make excess, then you can freeze these sheets when they are dry and use them at a later date. Now let's talk about store-bought lasagna sheets. I personally prefer the fresh ones from the refrigerated section. They're easy to use and definitely don't need pre-cooking. On the other hand, I'm not a fan of the dried, no-boil sheets. I find that they often don't soften properly and can make the texture of the lasagna inconsistent and a bit chewy. Bolognaise-style lasagna should be very soft and easy to cut with a fork. Now onto the bechamel sauce. This is a key part of lasagna and it's super simple to make. Just butter, flour, milk, a pinch of salt and some freshly grated nutmeg. I use 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of plain flour and 1 litre of full cream milk. Melt the butter in a saucepan and add the flour. With a whisk, stir the butter and flour together. They'll form a paste or roux. Keep stirring and cook for about 2 minutes. You need to cook the roux until the mixture does not have a flour-like taste. The roux will take on a light brown colour when it's ready. Add the milk. There are various thoughts on this. Add warm milk, hot milk, or cold milk. Add the milk slowly or add the milk all together. I like to keep things simple, so I just add cold milk, but I add a small amount first and whisk the mixture together. This helps to reduce lumps in the roux. I then add the rest of the milk and whisk continuously for several minutes. Whisking tends to get rid of all the lumps in the sauce and brings it all together. Grate a small amount of nutmeg into the mixture. You don't want to overdo the nutmeg, you just want a hint of nutmeg. Add enough salt to just give the bechamel some flavour. It's pretty bland on its own without salt, so it just needs a bit to give it a pleasant, mild flavour. Cook the mixture until it doesn't run off the back of a spoon. You're chasing a mild, thick and creamy consistency. Time to assemble. Remember, you only need 4 main ingredients: Bolognese sauce, pasta, bechamel sauce, and Parmesan cheese. Place a thin layer of Bolognese sauce on the bottom of the dish. This helps to stop the pasta from sticking. We start the layering process by placing a layer of pasta sheets. It doesn't matter if the sheets don't quite cover the dish size, just cut some pieces to fill in the gaps. Then put a layer of bechamel sauce, and a layer of Bolognese sauce. I like to mix the two together. I prefer to having a nice even taste, but some people prefer to put lumps of Bolognese and lumps of bechamel. It's up to your personal preference. Finally, generously sprinkle a layer of Parmesan cheese. Repeat until you have 6 layers. So once you've done 6 layers, make sure you finish with a generous layer of bechamel and Parmesan on the top. Bake the lasagna uncovered at 180 degrees Celsius for about 40 minutes or until golden and bubbling. Let it rest for 10 minutes before serving. And there you have it, homemade lasagna from scratch. Let me know in the comment section, do you prefer fresh or store-bought lasagna sheets? If you haven't already, check out my video on how to make Bolognese sauce. My name's Andrew, this is Food Good, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.